Pardon me, but have we met somewhere before?
Adam opened those words, which I replied by shaking my head. I never met him before. I only heard of him.
I see. My name is Adam. Who do I owe the pleasure to?
Tendo. Setsuna. Adam's expression shifted to genuine surprise upon hearing my name. So he did note of me.
I see. We have yet to meet face to face.
It would appear that way.
Nonetheless, I am confident we would have eventually run into each other somewhere in Tokyo.
As enemies, Adam knit his brows.
What reason would we have to antagonize each other exactly?
None. I couldn't help but want to have one. None, I think.
Get in my way, though, and I shan't stay my hand. That's the only rule we ought to operate by. Do you not agree?
I do.
Then we have nothing more to discuss.
Seemingly having lost all interest in me, Adam proceeded to direct his gaze at Eve. She stayed at the side of the hallway, a short distance behind him, possibly in an effort not to stand out.
Let's go.
Okay.
Eve bowed in Sorami's direction, then hurried off after Adam. That man was blind to the world, surrounded by his mission, his duties, and his goals. My existence was of no greater importance to him than a pebble in the sand. In his mind, the moment we parted, I ceased to exist.
Setsuna! Setsuna!
Sorry. What is it?
Oh, nothing much. Your expression turned awfully grim there for a second is all.
Grim. Me? Sorami nodded, much to my surprise. It would appear I've been agitated enough to let my feelings show.
Chin up, Setsuna. I'm mostly just basing this on my feminine intuition, but I have a feeling the two of you will meet and confront each other again someday.
Think so? Did I long to comfort him? To do battle with him? To fight him to the death?
Yep. I mean, he's your...
Sorami went on, her expression grave and serious.
fated rival. I can tell.
Fate. I recalled what I felt in his presence. A sensation transcending dread, awe, or sheer animosity. A fated rival. To me, Adam was indeed a man deserving such a title. So many words had inevitably made me realize that. I continued staring in the direction the two had strolled off in, long after it had faded from sight. Unpleasant, irritating, sickening. I could not contain my aversion when in front of the man, no matter how hard I tried. The unknown I still harbored emotions of that kind.
Are you all right?
Look at me hesitantly. Return a gaze, trying to act as if nothing had happened. Yeah, I'm alright. Do not mind me.
Don't lie. You don't look all right one bit. It was Adam, wasn't it?
She was quite perceptive. I tried to look away from her, but she circled around me in response to catch my eyes. I gave up trying to escape. Not certain why, but it seems I cannot stand him.
I see. Well, there are people like that.
Really? Is there such a person for me? Of all people? Not that hard to believe.
Either way, there are comrades. Let's take it easy, all right? The frown doesn't suit you, you know.
Sorami tried to lighten the mood. In response, I shook my head to deny her odd observation. I was not knitting my brows. I was simply thinking that I might be somewhat difficult to get along with.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Sorami, the way you phrased this sounds like you're dismissing my statement. Let me make it perfectly clear.
Stream froze, I think.
Was that?
The stream's frozen. Frozen. I don't know if it's frozen for anybody else. Yeah.
It
It's frozen.
wasn't for me too.
Yep.
Bonks.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Yep, it's frozen. Did we tell him it's frozen yet?
Yeah, I
I don't-
wasn't
I
sure.
try a few more times.
There we go.
It's not frozen anymore.
Okay.
Let me make it perfectly clear so we can both understand the situation. I was neither angry nor irritated in any shape or form. Okay?
Yeah. You were neither angry nor
Sorami suddenly cocked her head.
Huh? Wait, you sounded awfully different there for a second, didn't you?
You must have misheard. Sorami gave me a long, scrutinizing stare.
No way. I swear I heard it right.
Didn't. I swear I did not.
Come on, what's the big deal? It did actually occur to me before, you know? How the way you talk doesn't suit you sometimes.
If someone struck my head with a hammer. Really?
Yeah. You don't need to be so formal all the time. Not that I'm saying you should shout. Not that I'm saying you should sound like a jock. The way you spoke just then fits you perfectly, I think.
I didn't always talk like this.
So what made you change?
Made your stature ought to not be so casual. Let's choose your words carefully. Personally, I like it when you're more casual. It makes you sound adorable, like a little puppy dog, you know? Again, we don't really have a choice in this matter. There were circumstances.
Who'd care about something like that much?
A few select people did, apparently. Sorami let out an incredulous snort, proceeded to walk forward, head still cocked on her shoulder. It suddenly appeared she came to a revelation.
What would you do if I asked you to speak in a more relaxed manner from now on?
I do not believe that is something for a third party to decide.
And then what if I promised to do anything you'd ask for in return?
Anything?
Well, I mean,
Her cheeks flushing the hue of vermilion. She proceeded to awkwardly play with her fingers for a few seconds and, finally mustering the courage, looked back at me.
as long as it's nothing strange.
Well, I'd never thought of asking her something of that nature. It's not much of an issue to change the way I talked. There was no longer reason to be hung up on that old promise. I wonder what I should wish from this flushing girl, though. Anything.
Is there anything you'd like to eat in particular? I could make it for you. As long as it's something within an expertise of an average girl, that is.
I considered many options, but realized that none of them were really anything I should have even asked her for. Just be yourself. That's all I ask. The worst seemed to make Sorami hop into the air from surprise.
It doesn't feel right to just make you do something without returning the favor, you know?
Then let's keep it for later. I'll ask something of you, someday.
Well, I guess that works. Just try to come up with something before I forget about this, alright?
I certainly hope you still remember this come tomorrow. Something wrong?
No. It's just that I thought we were having a very school-like, but not really kinda at the same time, weird conversation.
Well, unlike you, I never attended school. I just know it from the records, and I'm trying to imitate school-like behavior to the best of my abilities, as long as I'm here.
I see. You had your circumstances.
She soundly murmured to herself. I nodded, returning her whisper with a whisper. Yeah, I have my circumstances. brief silence. Didn't pry any further, nor did I want her to. I forgot all about it for a moment as my mind wandered back to the past. A time when my newborn hope was overridden by despair, and a curse in the form of blessing painted my future black. I had nothing left from that time. Not a single thing when Lilith picked me up. Now though, it seemed that I had actually found someone I should protect. And someone I should topple. A simple, feeble raison d'etre. At least it was easy to understand.
Oh, so beautiful.
Sorami's eyes were fixed on something outside the window. I followed her gaze and... it's beautiful indeed. The sunset glow, the warm orange light touched my heart in a way no other natural phenomenon could. Nostalgia. Or maybe something a little bit different. Something lacking a name but burning in forlornness. Strange. I never had much of a home to feel nostalgic about. There's no reason a simple sunset should fill me with melancholy. I do not know why, but the empty athletics field just seemed so sad. Like my sleep suddenly roused me from my idle thoughts.
Hey, let's go outside for a bit.
I hesitated for a moment, but realizing that I myself was curious about how the sunset would look without the glass window in the way, I ended up agreeing to her proposal. 2 lone goalposts jutted out from the brown soil of the football field, now glowing a faint red. Strikingly beautiful, but at the same time, I thought if this sight could somehow crush me from inside.
You like sunsets?
If I had to choose between like and dislike, I would say dislike. Sunset, and a light, it paved the way to decay, to the end of everything. It started the night, so I couldn't say I liked it.
Really? All things have a start and an end. If the sun rises, then isn't it natural to expect for it to fall eventually as well?
Even like an eternal morning?
I love the morning, and I love the evening, and I love the night. I don't think it's right to prefer one above the others.
I can see where she was coming from. But can you truly say you comprehend the true horror of the night?
I don't know if I can answer that.
It's probably brought up in a peaceful world. Well, they must have had a fair share of global problems. The concept of expecting a better future from tomorrow seemed to be a common sense matter, there at least. My world was not like that. My world was that of eternal night, a world where morning would never come, no matter the amount of time you spent waiting. It was a world where everyone longed for light. Oh. That was why the sunset looked so loathsome to me. Could not forgive it for never showing up in my world. So this emotion, was it envy? One of the 7 deadly sins.
Something wrong?
Dear Sorami's voice reached me from somewhere above. I turned back to see her balancing her weight on an exercising bar. I was just thinking.
Philosophical kind of thinking?
More of a philodemic kind.
Something like that cloud looking like an awfully delicious taiyaki? I was totally thinking that.
Something like that, I guess. In the sense that we both were thinking about something unattainable.
I see. I'll make you a taiyaki then.
You can actually make it?
As long as I can get a mold.
I don't think we have one. I didn't think Lilith would have something like that in her room.
Don't worry, I have a plan. A taiyaki mold. The bigger the better, please.
As Sorami so happily exclaimed, Akafide wobbled and turned to iron. Right, I'd totally forgotten we could do that. Then, would it be quicker to... So wait, don't you think it would have been quicker to just ask for a taiyaki instead?
That'd be boring. You'd have to know how to enjoy the process too, chap.
Saying that, she poked my nose with her ring finger. What?
If you use magic to get your taiyaki, all it's gonna be good for is eating. Well, I guess that's the important part, but that's not all there is to cooking. It's a lot more fun to get the ingredients and enjoy making the thing yourself. Or at least it is for me.
I see your point. Enjoying the process. It would indeed be fun in a way, especially when cooking was concerned.
You just relax and wait until I finish. You seem hurt and all.
I would like to help out too, if possible.
What about your arm?
It doesn't hurt anymore. But you'll be able to take the bandage off in an hour or two.
I see. Okay then, let's cook together.
Sorami clasped my right arm, snickering to herself. What is it?
It's nothing.
Voice was sweet like a cotton candy. So dinner finally came.
It was delicious.
I think there would never come a day I'd be eating taiyaki with a fork and a knife.
Sorry, I made it a little bit too big. But I filled it with something a bit more cooking-like than bean jam.
Tastes kind of
Okonomiyaki.
words. Okonomiyaki. Can you pass me the mayonnaise?
Well, both are made from flour, so yeah. Can you pass me that sauce instead?
Huh? Is it not good?
Well, it's plenty tasty. Just looks a bit unique. Amo took the shape of a sea bream. So realistic, I was afraid that taiyaki might start swimming. The aqua bidet didn't seem very flexible after all. I mean, it was our way of asking for things that didn't quite click with it. I saw that life-size sea bream mold. We gave up on a taiyaki plan. Decided to prepare a sea bream-shaped okonomiyaki instead of thing instead. We stuffed with cheese, bacon, and cabbages. It's not against using sugar. We mixed grated yam with the flour for better texture. Well, basically it was a sea bream of okonomiyaki at this point. So, after we all finished our shares, Lilith, sipping her after-dinner tea, declared the following.
The time frame for a pilgrimage has been decided.
When will it start?
The day after tomorrow. It seems Adam and Eve will start theirs after they see how well ours goes. We're gonna be testing the waters, basically.
I see. And no complaints. Actually, I was rather relieved I didn't have to go together with Adam and Eve.
A couple of angels went ahead of us to scout around. It seems Sorami's intuition was spot on. They ran into Oshiba Hagane.
So it was him after all.
One of the angels.
I doubt they survived. We didn't get any communications from them since the initial report.
Lilith declared the death of our fellow angels almost indifferently. Raziel, also sipping her after-dinner tea, coldly added,
I suppose it was a bit too much for powers to handle after all. We should probably assume masters equal seraphs in might.
Seraphs?
The celestial hierarchy consisted roughly of 3 groups. Triads, each of which were formed of 3 orders. Upper triad was the home to seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. Middle triad, dominions, virtues, and powers. Lower triad, principalities, archangels, and angels. A few angels that had not been a part of this hierarchy, but most had their ranks assigned to them according to his creed. Their rank wasn't directly related to their sheer strength. There was still a difference of night and day between what powers the seraphim were capable of. In other words, those who grew to have been called masters were just that powerful. They are monsters who devour their own guardian angels, or demons in an abrupt moment of insanity. And Oshiba Hagane was very likely one of them.
So, Setsuna is also that strong, then?
Sorami regarded me expectantly.
I'm not sure. Setsuna's a little bit special. It's hard to gouge his abilities.
I continued sipping my tea in silence.
Would you feel more at ease if you said something along the lines of, I'm the strongest there is?
Maybe?
She didn't seem very certain about the idea, but it made her feel safer. I should probably try it. Sorami, I'm strong.
I know that much.
It seemed like my words had much an effect. I didn't add to her worries, nor did it seem like I lessened them. That made sense. Would I ever feel secure just because of their partners declared they were strong to them with no proof? Yet, at the same time, I couldn't have her scared and uncertain during our pilgrimage. It would be problematic. Just think about it kind of rubbed me the wrong way too. I'll protect you.
Huh?
What did you just...
Isn't that just common sense, Lilith?
Well, I guess it is. But I didn't expect him to put it like that, you know?
The gallery seemed oddly excited, but I decided to ignore them for now. With Sorami's strained eyes, repeated myself once more. I'll protect you. I'll lay my life down for you if the situation calls for it. So...
I understand. I'm not much good at anything, but please be kind to me until death do us part.
Absent-mindedly, as if her soul had vacated her body, Sorami bowed her head to me. When she finally raised her face, her cheeks were flushed in almost blinding vermilion. Then proceeded to mumble something, still seemingly not in this world. What's wrong?
No, you just caught me off guard. I didn't expect you to be so frank.
With the agility of a serpent, Lilith promptly coiled her arm around Sorami's shoulders.
It's alright, sweetie. I don't think Setsuna was going for a deeper meaning there. He just meant it all literally.
Yeah, I got that. I got that, but my heart just kinda... throbbed.
Lilith and Sorami nodded at each other. I had no idea what they were going on about whatsoever. Did I say something wrong?
No. It's not wrong. Not wrong at all. I'm very happy with your proposal, rather. I'd say, sure, you cheeky bastard, okay with it, you know?
Not bothering you?
Not at all.
See. Good then. Phew, that was one weight off my heart. Sorami considered me for a moment, then made a sullen expression for some reason.
No, this isn't fair, don't you think?
Fool, there is no fairness between men and women. It's a world of night assaults, robberies, and coercion.
Really?
Yeah.
Look who's talking, Miss Cherry.
Leave me alone! Sorami, now it's time for your retaliation. Our foe is the impenetrable fortress of Navarone. May your words take the form of bullets and drill your conviction into his... flesh.
Huh? I suggest a more collective approach.
Stare.
Hey, Mr. Setsuna?
Yeah? What's going on?
Excited yet?
Huh?
Lilith, I failed!
Dimwit! Did you seriously think that would work?
Huh? Then what am I supposed to do?
You need to come up with something more embarrassing. Anyway, go! Time's a-wasting.
Embarrassing. Setsuna, would you like to...
Would I like to...
do some aggressive cuddling?
Oh, shit, that was a bit too much. I'm seriously put off now.
Ah! I can't believe I said that! What the hell is aggressive cuddling anyway? There is a limit to... I don't want to live anymore. Does anyone have a rope?
Well, Tendo Setsuna, what will be your response to this most embarrassing of confessions?
The two seemed oddly excited. I analyzed Sorami's words to the best of my ability, and proceeded to state my opinion. I don't think you should say something like that to someone you're not in a relationship with.
God damn it, a common sense answer!
Baka.
Was there something wrong with my opinion? The two, for some reason, suddenly looking down, left the room, letting each other their shoulders. Did I say something wrong?
It was everything those two did that was wrong, so don't worry about it.
Is that so?
Yeah. Well, that aside, I get the feeling you sound awfully casual today. What's up with that?
Yeah, Sorami told me this speech pattern suited me better now than how I used to talk.
Yeah, it feels like you're used to talking this way too, actually.
Not finding words to respond, can you spit my tepid tea? And Raziel, like Lilith, doesn't how you go out of her way to strike conversations just because of momentary silence. Start reading a book. Better tell in such a situation. He was here but not here at the same time, as if she had turned invisible. Though as not to bother her, proceed to silently meditate upon the upcoming battle with Oshiba Hagane, tomorrow's practice with Camael. If I didn't concentrate, my thoughts could have drifted to Sorami and what she said earlier. So I concentrated on scrutinizing other matters. However, it didn't take long for a sudden voice to stir me from my thoughts.
Setsuna, can you hear me?
I can. What happened?
Nothing much. Wanna come up to the roof for a bit?
Roof?
See you there, alright?
Came off a suggestion at first, but the tone of that last part made it all sound like, of course you come, won't you? There's no way you wouldn't, because then I have to kill you, kind of fair. Having no other choice, I stood up.
Where are you going?
Roof.
Have fun.
Even giving me a glance, she waved goodbye. She looked quite hilarious flapping her arm like that. Here I am. As I entered the roof, Lilith materialized from somewhere behind me and tugged at my arm.
Great, let's go.
Oh, you came to check these out too, Setsuna? Just look at them.
Sorami pointed to the sky, the mantle of stars stretching above us. I get the feeling the location of some stars have changed since the last time I saw this.
I moved them around.
She's amazing. She just waved her hands a few times and the sky suddenly became beautiful.
Excited, Sorami proceeded to flare her arms around.
I got all the main guys of the major constellations.
Again, definitely see that now. There were Orion, there was Scorpio, oh, and Sagittarius as well. Leo and Virgo. Wait a second. Come on, the constellations are there at the same time. You know, 12 of the zodiacs. That's chaos. Crazy.
We don't have seasons here, so what was I supposed to do? They look nice, and that's all that matters.
Yep, exactly. It's perfect.
Well, you say so. Couldn't deny it looked beautiful. Constellations from spring and from autumn, from summer and winter, were all there at the same time for our viewing pleasure. It's a bit chaotic and crazy all things considered, but I suppose it wasn't right to worry about small things when concerning something of the scale of the stars.
Ooh, came up with something good. Let's make a new constellation while we're at it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Try connecting Sirius and Aldebaran like this. Then take Altair, Deneb, and Fomalhaut, and...
We follow Sorami's index finger as it traced along the sky connecting the stars. Wait, this was...
Micro...
Go ahead. Ma.
Cease
Cease
at once!
We're curious about to venture into very dangerous territory there.
But I've heard that company is pretty forgiving to its fans.
Well, as long as no money is involved, it gets bad when that comes into play.
It's a tough world for everyone there. Not that I was part of it or anything. But nonetheless, being able to move stars I just saw fit. Are those stars fake?
Yep, we just scattered a bunch of lights Haniel made, though we did try to preserve the size at least.
Hey, would it be possible for me to get one too? Don't mind it too much. I'm just asking.
Sorami hesitantly unveiled a wish, which Lilith gave a heartfelt, or rather an easygoing nod.
Yeah, whatever. Which one do you want?
That one.
After glancing in the direction Sorami pointed at, Lilith snapped her fingers, and a star fell from the sky right to her hands, just like that.
Here you go.
The star that Lilith handed to Sorami was hardly the size of a softball. Its glow grew fainter and fainter. In a few seconds, it turned into a simple black ball.
Huh? It doesn't shine by itself?
There's a trick to it. Hold it in your hands and try chanting Melicht.
More light. Last word of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe.
Merlicht.
The dark ball suddenly started glowing again.
If you don't do anything, it will stop glowing in about 10 minutes. You should also know that if you throw it at people, it will hurt quite a bit.
I won't throw it around. Thank you, Lilith. It's gonna be my treasure.
The name of that star is Canopus. Setsuna, tell her about it.
Canopus. Its name comes from the pilot of Menelaus' ship that Greeks sailed on into the Trojan War. The second brightest star after Sirius. Some impossible glimpse from Japan, where it's called Mera. It's called a star of southern elders in China. It's thought to grant one longer lifespan if preyed upon.
Is that true?
What is? Suddenly thrusting Canopus towards me, he regarded me with serious eyes.
That this star can grant you longer life.
I don't know how much truth there is to it. Such a legend did indeed exist.
I see.
Sorami regarded the star with a serious expression. I couldn't bring myself to remind her that the star was fake to begin with.
Setsuna, you can have it.
He suddenly handed Canopus to me. Why?
You're gonna be in more danger than me. If you have this, your life will be extended, right?
Oh. So that was what it was. I decided to take her gift. Didn't want to let her kindness go to waste.
May Canopus serve you well.
Clasping our hands, Sorami apparently proceeded to pray. Anyway, did you call me here for a reason?
Yeah, right. I have bad news and worse news for you two.
Both like cocked our heads, Lilith considered us with a ruthless smile on her face.
Did you two find your raison d'etre yet?
I haven't yet.
Neither did I.
I see.
Lilith gave us a sly smile.
You should know that neither Raziel nor I are planning to help you on the second stratum.
What do you mean?
Setsuna, you'll have to fight and overcome Oshiba Hagane by yourself.
Well, yeah. I suppose I shouldn't expect help no matter what happens then.
Yes, you shouldn't. I cannot babysit you all the time, or you'll never find your raison d'etre. You should be able to take care of scrubs like Oshiba Hagane in a heartbeat.
I understand.
Incidentally, if you end up dying, we won't save Sorami either.
Feel a shudder rising up my spine as she said that with a cold-blooded smile still on her face. Without a second hesitation, she declared that she watched Sorami die. Wait. I would appreciate if you made an exception for her at least, please.
Oh? And why would we do that?
I mean, Sorami isn't involved in the actual fighting.
But she is. Her eyes are those of Gethel's. They can see through the truth of everything. There is no way they won't help you in your battle, and so there is no way to argue she's not a part of it.
But her physical abilities are that of a normal human being.
It is not a question of being weak or strong. You either do it, or you don't. And Sorami chose to participate in your battle herself, so you shouldn't be surprised if she ends up dead. That's just the natural order of the world.
I feel bile rising up my throat. Because of me? Will someone die because of me again? It wasn't a no-name someone this time around. It was Kugutsu Sorami, a girl who I knew and rooted treasure. Anxiety squeezed my heart too. It felt like only a trickle of blood flowed through. I couldn't stand the stringent sound of my own heartbeat. Memories of the past rushed through my mind, filling my head with splitting pain. Right. All I have to do is tell Sorami not to go on the pilgrimage with me. Sorami.
Huh? But I don't mind.
Huh? Nathan and I gaped at Sorami.
Oh, surprised? It's the first time I've seen you make a face like that.
Why? I mean, you know what death is, correct? You might die.
But that's only if you lose, right? It's not an issue as long as you keep on winning.
Well, that's right, I suppose. Nonetheless, it was still a very dangerous situation. I did prepare myself for battle to the best of my ability, but I guarantee victory. I might die, you know?
All humans die. Didn't you know?
Well, that's true, but the circumstances are different in our case. Your life depends not on yourself, but on my performance in battle. Something that's completely unrelated to you. To win and kill, or to lose and die, at least made sense on some level. Having someone completely unrelated die as a result of my defeat was ridiculous.
I'm not unrelated. You saved my life, remember?
I don't want you to die precisely because I saved you. Don't throw your life away.
Yeah, I guess that's correct. Life is a treasure and you shouldn't make light of. I completely agree.
Then,
And that's why I'd like to entrust it to you. I respect and trust you, my savior, from the bottom of my heart. Eyes might help you in battle, right?
they probably will. Wish I could have told her they wouldn't. I wish so, but I couldn't lie. If she wasn't necessary, Lilith and Raziel wouldn't bring her to the battlefield in the first place.
Then it's decided. Setsuna, let's do it together. I'll do my best and try not to get in your way, alright?
So the life of a single girl had landed on my shoulders. I'd be crushed by the weight, but surprisingly, her words made the burden feel lighter. Let's do it together. Simple phrase, but it was enough to lift a weight off my heart. Alright, then I shall exercise my wish from yesterday. This would be one rule you can never break.
Yeah? Go ahead. I'll listen to whatever you say.
I tell you to run, you'll listen. Without a second of doubt, run to the safest place you know. There's one point I wouldn't concede on. Don't let her wander around dangerous areas even if it was her will.
Okay. Then I have a request of my own, too.
With that, Sorami clasped both of my hands in hers. I could feel her tiny and smooth fingers, girl fingers, absorbing my warmth.
Endo Setsuna.
Yeah? I mean, yes. Not letting go of my hands, Sorami leaned against my chest.
Don't die. Survive. I don't care if you win or lose, but I couldn't take it if you died. Promise you won't die.
So I looked up at her, realized there were tears in her eyes. Her own words had probably called various images into her mind. Images of me dying. Of me losing the relationship we built in the past few days. Without family or friends, no memories to take refuge in. It was probably about the only person she could rely on. Without a sigh, I come up with as many words as possible to calm her down. Alright, I promise. I won't die. I'll never leave you behind. When you wish me to. Be by your side.
Lenny, if you're narrating, we do not hear you.
Yeah, your mic cut out.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
I was going crazy. Thank you.
For a second. Oh,
Yes. I thought you were
I
skipping
thought
a
it was-
narration, but then when I saw you weren't narrating, like Setsuna, I'm just like, okay, something is wrong.
yeah, he didn't, his voice didn't come through for his eyes. Like, what the fuck happened?
Also,
I'm
might I
just
just
taking a
say,
break.
I fucking lost it at girl fingers. I keep going.
Girl fingers.
Girl fingers.
Hashtag. That's the next hashtag. Girl fingers.
You're able to hear
Girl
me now,
bond,
right?
Girl fingers. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
And my
Okay.
voice
Oh,
disconnected for some
sorry.
reason.
He's back and alive.
He's back and alive.
I shall be invincible as long as you I'm protecting. Words, words, and more words. Those were just words. Nothing to back them up. I get crushed like a bug the first step I take on the second stratum the day after tomorrow. Nonetheless, there was meaning behind my words. There was meaning behind declaring myself invincible.
I got it. Yeah, I understand. Your feelings make me really, really happy, you know?
A moment of hesitation, she wrapped her arms around my back. Lilith,
What is it?
perhaps now would be a good time to intervene.
I won't.
Somebody proceeded to rub her head against my chest, meowing like a cat.
It's getting a bit too hot for me.
Lilith seemed completely flabbergasted at this point. I was sighing, taking Sorami by the shoulders, pushed her away.
Aw.
Her face was burning. I promptly ordered my nano machines to keep the red color from appearing on my skin. With a nonchalance, I gazed up at the fake starlit sky. It was unlikely I could fool Sorami that easily. No longer afford to lose. I didn't expect liberation from death anymore. Anxiety clutched at my heart once again. Yet, nonetheless, I was grateful for her words. I thanked the girl who decided to entrust her life to me without a moment's hesitation. I could hold my head high, declare that I didn't want to die. No matter how many sins still weighed in my heart, I could no longer seek escape and death. I did not allow Sorami to follow me into the grave. filling his eyes with more information than his future seeing powers could handle, and let another hit on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Camael took a step back, locking his hands on his chest, giving me a sign to stop.
That's it for now.
I let my 100 hit on him just now. Camael let out a relieved breath, and rubbed his chin.
Seems it worked out in the end. I pray this practice will actually help you in your upcoming battle.
Crow turned the gain slightly up. Just a smidge. Yeah, I think it will. Even Oshiba Hagane's power didn't end up being future related. His practice over the past few days has taught me more things regarding battle than I could count. Camael gave me a pat on the shoulder with a smile.
Well, good luck. Be sure not to die. Also, don't forget to take revenge for my subordinates. Oh, yeah, and be careful of the chorus, alright?
It's better.
I'd also recommend taking a boxed lunch or two with you. Rations? No way that stuff won't fit in your stomach. That stuff won't fill your stomach. Bring some rice balls with you, and don't forget at least one handkerchief and some tissues.
Are you his mother, perhaps, or something?
I bought you an apron just in case on such an occasion.
Scram, delinquents!
So, the day of our pilgrimage. Oshiba Hagane was waiting for us, Roppongi district. A city of the rich with many luxurious mansions jutting from its soil, countless venture corporations lining its business streets, and a pleasure quarter that sucked the money from the wallets of visitors like a vampire. Now, in that town that must have turned to nothing but a ghost of its former self, the crazed Oshiba Hagane was waiting for us. Took a deep breath. It was a fear that was making my knees tremble. Excitement, curiosity, tension. Various emotions blended with each other in my mind, elevating my senses to unprecedented levels of acuteness.
Hey, Setsuna. Do you want me to pack a banana in your lunchbox? A lot of people don't like how they grow soft because of the heat.
I lost some attention in a split second. Sorami cocked her head, puzzlement coloring her face. Yeah, I don't like soft bananas too much either.
Roger.
Sorami returned to preparing our lunchboxes. I was glad she dispelled the tension, but I couldn't help feeling that something else got dispelled alongside with it.
Isn't she cute? She's masking her fear by trying to act as if we're going on a picnic.
Liv interrupted, not addressing anyone in general. You think so? Raziel joined our circle as well.
I think that might be her natural state, actually.
Seriously?
Thought so too. And again, people hardly ever comprehended their own hearts. The best we could do was avoid telling ourselves as we truly understood others, and in reality we didn't. And at the same time, we should never abandon our efforts to keep trying regardless.
Alrighty, 4-box lunch is all finished. Ah, right. All of them contain meatballs, but I added something special to them in one. I suggest you be careful with picking your box.
Special? Be careful? We regarded 4 lunchboxes lying on the table. Didn't see any different in appearance. So we're taken by the very bad feeling all of a sudden.
Miss Sorami? In what way could those meatballs be special in that 1-box lunch?
Oh, it's nothing too bad. I just added some grated wasabi, habanero pepper, and karashi to them. They should cover about 50% of the total weight of the delicacy now. I tasted a bit of one and it was so good I thought I'd die. Hey!
She gave us a peace sign, and it's a smile on her face.
Nothing too bad, my ass!
Don't worry, there's only a 25% possibility it's gonna be in your box anyway. One of us will definitely get the Meatball Deluxe, though.
Do I have to eat it?
I'll cry if you don't. I'll howl like a little child. You wouldn't want to see my crying face, would you? It's not of this world.
How the hell are you making it sound like bragging? Well, whatever. Setsuna, you choose first.
Roger. The 4-box lunch laying on a table, I chose the...
Second from the right.
One moment.
What?
Need some
That's
water.
Insane! That's so fucking funny!
Oh my gosh.
The weight of
Full
this
puff.
decision, isn't
Is that how you're ending it?
No, that was just a save for
That's-
now. I just need
I
grass
know, I
and water.
was just-
I'll be back in a
Have you
moment.
with
Well,
a
rule.
pack?
The fate of Tokyo
Okay,
Babel
yeah.
depends on whether or not you get the spicy meatball, okay?
Cliffhanger to be continued.
Spicy meatball.
Yeah.
That is
The
a spicy
spicy
meatball.
meatball.
It's a meatball.
The
It's a
spicy
spicy
meatball is my
meatball.
raison d'etre.
Whether or not you choose the spicy
Rein it
meatball
back in, rein it
will
back
determine
in.
whether Astaroth will destroy everyone again.
We marked the boxes we chose and stuffed into the pocket dimension. Apparently living beings couldn't enter it, but it's very useful for storing things. According to Lilith and Raziel, they could fit a car there if they wanted to.
I mean, you can have shitloads of items in games, right? Like 99 potions and stuff. This is the same thing, basically.
Didn't explain much, but I chose not to pursue the subject further. I too proceeded to store my Akati sword in the pocket dimension. I also stuffed 9 packets of rations in my pockets. All my powers consumed huge amounts of energy, so I had to prepare some extra calories I could intake in a state of emergency. I had a feeling Sorami would probably complain about me taking those despite having her box lunches, but there were priorities in the field of battle.
Well done, Setsuna. Sorry. Let's go.
We nodded in silence. As we left the night duty room, we ran to Camael and a few other angels, probably his subordinates, waiting for us outside.
I'll open the doors to the second stratum. Rapagongi. Ooh. Rapongi for you. Everyone's ready?
Oh, you're the one doing the opening?
You have a problem with that?
No, I don't. I see. I get it now.
This saw a glance at my face and proceeded to laugh. Camael, on the other hand, looked away from us as if sulking.
It seems he's worried about you, my dear.
Then to poke my side with her elbow.
I'm not worried. It's just that I helped him practice for 2 days. It would be partly my responsibility if he just went out and died on his first fight.
I understand. I shall do my best.
I'm not feeling your spirit.
Apologies, but this was the most I could muster. I don't look like it, but I was pretty excited, actually.
It's alright. He has a pretty heroine at his side, so his motivation is the last thing to worry about here.
Well, alright. Follow me.
With Camael and his angel subordinates leading the way, we proceeded towards the gates of Tokyo Babel.
Lilith?
Yeah?
Who's that pretty heroine you were talking about?
Well, who else could it be? It's me.
I beg to differ.
Rude.
The voice of Raziel and myself reverberated across the corridor's walls in unison. Wait. Oh, this is Sorami.
Oh. The voices of Raziel and myself reverberate. The voices of Raziel and myself reverberated across the corridor's walls in unison.
Yeah, whatever. Our heroine is the little Kugutsu Sorami. Her 3 sizes counting from the top are 82/61/83. She's quite endowed in her chest region.
What the hell are you blabbering about, eh?
Somebody wrapped her hands around Lilith's neck.
Wait! I give up!
They proceeded to violently tap the wall.
Whoa, she actually pulled off the two-handed choke lift.
Don't just look at that!
With that, Sorami finally let Lilith go. The demon girl slowly crumpled to the ground, proceeded to rub her neck, breathing heavily. Meanwhile, Sorami pointed a finger at her and...
Next time you say something like that in front of Setsuna, you'll get worse.
Touchy.
Oh. So it's alright as long as it's not in front of him.
Sorami flushed all red in a split second, her eyes watering, fingers shaking, still glanced at me, looking away the moment I tried returning her gaze.
It's alright, I guess.
Sorami seemed to intend to whisper this in Lilith's ear, but it reached us just as well since we were all paying utmost attention to the conversation.
Tendo Setsuna, Kugutsu Sorami, Lilith, Raziel. I believe you understand very well what it means to pass these gates and venture to Roppongi. I hope you have purged all doubts from your hearts. What? Where the hell are they?
Cristina, jump in.
Or stop following us soon after leaving the night duty room.
Duck.
I think they started playing wrestling or something.
Yeah.
Why didn't you report that to me?
What? Lord Camael, what in God's name are you talking about? We are Camael, the Angel of Love. The moment the dimension of armor manifests itself, we cannot let anyone, even someone such as yourself, interfere.
We couldn't do anything because they were taken to a more dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Amor dimension, and there was no helping it.
Yep, we had no choice.
Are you mocking me, dimwits? Get them here this very instant!
I know Lord Camael wouldn't understand.
I guess his reputation as the least suitable candidate for an angel of love was well founded after all.
Alright, I respect your guts, kids. Actually, I respect them so much I think I'll send you to scout the third stratum once this pilgrimage is over.
Wait, we specialize in love.
All we can do is boost the spirit of those around us.
Don't give up. Angels can do anything. As long as you have passion and guts, you'll be all right.
Sorami finally caught up to Camael. Seemed oddly excited for some reason. Looked up at Tokyo Babel's gate once again. It was huge. Probably around 100 meters tall. Me looking up at it caused my neck muscles to ache.
Wow. Can you open this thing?
Of course. Setsuna, Sorami, take these keys.
Camael handed us a gold and silver key each.
Those were used to open the gates for sinners coming in to repent in purgatory. I believe you could figure out how to use the keys yourselves.
Took a hold of the gold key. Sorami, meanwhile, clutched her silver one. As we closed in on the gates, we soon noticed 2 small keyholes in each of its side.
This one's mine.
Sorami pointed the keyhole I was about to stick my key into. I didn't like it when it was the most natural thing in the world, and I remember her seer-like atmosphere. I followed her lead. Now the keyhole is probably mine. Without even exchanging glances, we stuck our keys in and turned them. Giant lock above clicked. Huge doors, howling like an old dragon, started to open up.
This is as far as we can go. Can do, Setsuna!
Yes,
Don't die.
thank you.
You're welcome.
As the 4 of us stepped through the gates, doors closed behind us without sound. Finally separated from Pandora, we proceeded through this white space towards the second stratum.
This is the whitest thing I've ever seen.
Must say I like it here too much. Space white as far as the eye could see. It's almost as if it were declaring that it had not forgive even a speck of dirt inside it. A zealous, violent feeling place. I felt as if it were looking right through me. My sins exposed to its all-seeing eyes filled me with revulsion. Maybe I was just tired.
Hey, hurry!
Sorami, on the other hand, seemed like she was going to a picnic. Her bright, easygoing spirit once again dispelled the shadows from my heart. A fair one-on-one fight was waiting for me beyond the space. No one would help me this time. My opponent was Oshiba Hagane, a young man who revered the future. His complete enigma on all other points.
Huh? It's growing dark.
Sorami, who walked ahead of us, scurried back to my side. Clasping onto my hand, she proceeded to glance around, unease coloring her face. My spirit she possessed just before it vanished, as if they were never there.
It's all right. Relax. Just go towards the light and we'll soon be out.
The exit is over there. Don't get lost now.
Obeying the words of our friendly demoness angel, we proceeded towards the small light, flickering in the distance. Sorami clutched my arm even harder. I didn't mind, but I wish she relaxed the force of her grip a little. It's very hard to walk this way.
Sorry. I'm not good with dark places.
Really?
A lot did happen back then.
Indeed. School was pitch black, wasn't it? There's no helping it. Alama stayed with hers and, stumbling a little due to our pull, proceeded towards the exit. It appeared it was the doors of the exit themselves that were shining in the distance.
I think this one's mine and that one's yours.
Like before, we stood in front of each other's keyholes, turned our keys. And instead of light, darkness seeped in through the open door. It's hardened by even deeper darkness. Sorami clutching my arm again, even more force than before. The town was veiled by murky nightfall. Seemed like came to be of the colorful Roppongi. Everyone gasped. I thought, this was supposed to be Roppongi? I could barely make out the contours of the town, aided only by a few electrical lights flickering in the distance. The faint light only added to the desolation, perverting the scene. It wasn't pitch black so you couldn't see, but it was far from the lights you'd expect from an actually inhabited town. This gloom was probably the manifestation of his current master's will.
Think this is all Oshiba Hagane's influence?
The uncertainty in Lilith's tone, influence. One devastate a town to this level with influence alone? As we proceeded further into the town, we soon noticed another thing.
It's sliced off.
Raziel summed the whole situation in a single sentence. Yes, most of the buildings in the pleasure town were completely wrecked. Vertically, horizontally, diagonally, were bisected at every angle in the book.
Sliced. Or rather, cleaved off, maybe. Holy Lucifer. Is there even a sword capable of such a thing?
Lilith tried touching the cross-section of one of the buildings, but jerked her finger away the very next instant. A pain expression on her face, her fingertip grew the color crimson.
The blade was so sharp it left even the cross-sections sharp as razors. If you forget and rest your hand on one of those, it'll get sliced all the way to the bone.
That's goofifying.
Sorami, should we expect to lose you when you trip on your own feet?
Don't give me that excited look. Splatter movies like that are forbidden in cinemas worldwide.
Yeah, it would be a pretty dumb way to go. Well, whatever. I guess we can make an exception and help you on this a little.
Lilith and Raziel exchanged glances, proceeded to press their index fingers against Sorami's forehead.
The curse of the night shall befall those intending to harm her.
My written word shall be your guide.
White light and penetrable darkness paradoxically engulfed Sorami.
I made you a defensive barrier. Darkness would automatically try to eradicate anything that might come at you with it with ill will.
I've installed an autonomous guidance system for you. It will lead you away from the futures where you tumble, or accidentally lean on the cross-sections of these things.
Thank you. But what about Setsuna?
Sorami stole a glance at my face, but Lilith shrugged.
He won't need it. I mean, he's gonna have a death match with the guy who caused those things. Our barriers would do him as much good as paper armor.
Imagine so. Which meant to my sternness was a whole other level from Sorami. Touching a few razor edges should hardly cause me serious damage.
Well, I guess now we should start looking for that Oshiba Hagane character.
Sorami, can you see anything?
Huh? Wait a second. Weird. I can't see anything in particular.
Oh? Then he's either not around or sleeping. I guess we have no choice but to start walking and look anything suspicious ourselves.
Looking for what exactly?
I don't know, but this is Oshiba Hagane's territory. It should be full of hints to his beliefs. It might be a good idea to gather some intel before the fight, don't you think?
Reasonable approach. It did indeed sound reasonable then. However, looking for clues also meant inspecting all the places around where Pungi was. I think you got cut off with Lilith.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you got cut off at the end there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Lilith?
What?
Are we looking for clues?
We sure are.
Mind explaining why we came straight to this place then?
Don't worry about small things.
We seemed to randomly pick one of the bisected buildings, led us down the stairs to his basement. where
I adore places like this.
they inhale a deep breath of the club's air. She suddenly seemed to be having the time of her life.
Whoa. This is a club, right? The place where glamorous women keep rich men company and stuff?
Even the name of the establishment was Pink November. I don't doubt it.
What a devilish place.
Saying that, Raziel nonetheless glanced around the club with utmost interest. Sorami, on the other hand, had a troubled expression on her face. She probably felt very much out of place. Lilith, meanwhile, humming a jovial tune to herself, disappeared into the further reaches of the establishment.
Raziel, Sorami, come over here a bit.
Okay, wait a second.
I cannot say I have a good feeling.
As Sorami and Raziel disappeared into the depths of the establishment as well, I was left completely alone. With nothing else to do, I picked up a whiskey bottle and started playing with it in my hands. Gonna live it in 49 years of age. There's no record of whiskey ever being manufactured in the world I came from. Our alcohol history likely went off track somewhere. It's my whole life having nothing to do with alcohol, obviously. There was no need to hold myself back in this world, nor did I intend to. Maybe I have a little taste of this. Should be alright, as far as the age requirement is concerned. My internal organs should be equivalent to those of a 20-year-old. However, I heard there were various ways one could drink whiskey. Diluting with water was one, for example. I should ask Lilith.
You called?
Her voice reached me from behind, thinking perfect timing. I glanced back as if having met the gaze of Medusa turned to stone. I swear my body was shattered to pieces if someone touched me back then.
No. Is this your first time here, mister? Don't worry. This switch of the night will teach you everything you need to know. Setsuna, say something already. You'll never be popular with girls like this.
No, I was just wondering what you were doing. Let's see the change of clothes. She donned a dress that probably belonged to someone who worked here. The silver dress was so long and revealing, I couldn't help but imagine the indecency that would occur if she as much as raised her leg up a little. Is this her planning coming here all along? Playing around in fancy pungi shops while teasing me?
Well, sit down, sit down. I'll take care of you. Do you smoke?
No, I don't.
The other two will come shortly.
The other two? Oh.
Lilith, I'd appreciate it if you returned my clothes.
Raziel too, huh? Slowly drawing close to us, stealing embarrassed glances at me. He too wore a long dress like Lilith. The version had a very frank chest region instead. Did that thing function as clothing? It probably didn't. At least I had no idea how it could. But considering this establishment is all about entertaining its male customers, I suppose it's a very fitting and effective costume.
Hey, let's go over there.
Liz forced me down the sofa. Raziel, having no other choice, sat down beside me.
Do you want something to drink?
Oh, good idea. Setsuna, what's your poison?
I had a premonition that drinking in this situation might lead to an extremely dangerous situation. Where's Sorami anyway? Raziel?
Yes.
A bit off guard, she turned to me and drew closer. Trying not to pay attention to the various things revealing themselves before my eyes, Asked her the question with perfect composure. What happened to Sorami?
Oh, she was right behind me.
I'm here.
Sorami's flushed face peeked up from behind one of the pillars. She glared at me, for some reason.
What's wrong?
Can you come already? We are all embarrassed just the same.
Here goes nothing.
Sprang for the protection of pillar, glaring at me with teary eyes. The pink one-piece midi dress she chose to cover her most private parts were hardly qualified as a garment anymore. Probably sharing my opinion, she closed in on us, clutching at and trying to pull her necklet up with one hand and the hem of her skirt down with the other.
Don't look.
Yeah. Closed my eyes as per her request.
Well, wait. A true man would open his eyes and not let a single detail slip by in this situation. Setsuna. Wow, he's ignoring me. Sorry, tell him to open his eyes already.
This is way too embarrassing for me.
Don't worry. Raziel's scene is more embarrassing than yours.
Don't look, it's embarrassing.
Those words she pretty much stuck right next to me. See, it was much harder to observe from such a close distance. But let me tell you one thing, Raziel. The strategy was the worst of all possible options at your disposal.
Setsuna? Why are you sitting so close to her?
She glared at me with an extraordinarily irked look. I don't know.
Because I'm embarrassed.
Raziel's voice was coming only centimeters away from my earlobes, making my heart beat faster. Meanwhile, Sorami, observing us, seemed to grow more and more irritated. All this was very strange. Why did I end up in this situation?
Why don't you order a whole bottle, Mr. President? And let's do a champagne tower.
I seemed to be completely taken in by atmosphere. Leaning on me with all her weight, she was trailing her finger along my chest. Gently playing the role of the witch of the night, I suppose. Though, now that I thought about it, I recalled hearing she was still a maiden from Raziel.
You were thinking something bad about me, weren't you, just now?
She clutched onto my sternum, proceeded to twist it.
Setsuna? I have no idea what's going on, but you can move away from him. You know?
I cannot stand up in this position. My body has sunk deep into the embrace of the exceedingly soft sofa. Well, I could probably still stand up if I put some serious effort into it, but...
Whatever. One sec. Whatever. I get it. If that's the case, then...
Zooming past the table and forcing my legs open, and senior hill hips at the open space open in between them.
Wow, that was bold.
Perv.
Shut up, jerks.
Does that include me?
Of course, jerk lord.
Yes, I am nobility. Either way, Sorami had a full weight on my knees. What should I do?
Just relax and open that bottle over there. You can also try patting Sorami on the head and attempt to come up with something thoughtful to say.
Maybe some other time. Now I would rather concentrate on looking for Oshiba Hagane.
It won't be too late for that after this. Let's catch a breather while we can.
I wasn't entirely sure if I should trust her on this particular matter.
Being here so unpleasant for you?
She looked up at me. At this angle, all sorts of things I shouldn't see would reveal themselves in front of my eyes. I was a little scared to return her gaze. Is it unpleasant? A deep sigh. Kamael would probably decapitate us if he learned that this is what we were doing here. A single swing. Whoosh!
Of course it isn't. No man, beast, would ever complain about the chance to scrutinize the lavish valley of Sorami's chest area.
Wish she wasn't calling me a beast, at least. I was diligently looking away from that area, for her knowledge.
Can you see it from this angle?
Sorami gave an embarrassed look. No. I declared that with my gaze still fixed on the wall.
Can you at least?
Her reply was silence. Meanwhile, Sorami took my hand in her hands and forced me to turn to herself. Our eyes met. Concentrating on looking straight into her eyes, knowing everything in my peripheral vision. Those were beautiful brown eyes indeed, though I thought twice about praising them in this situation.
What's going on? Why are those two gazing at each other like adolescents in love? It's not looking right in that apparel, you know.
What the hell are you talking about, Lilith?
Well, Setsuna seems to have his hands full trying not to look where he shouldn't.
Lilith, please stop talking. Sorami let out a jovial giggle.
Setsuna's a perv.
No comment.
But I see, even you get embarrassed sometimes.
I don't. Well, maybe I do. This situation is certainly embarrassing.
Don't worry. I'm embarrassed too. Forbidden fruit.
With that, she pressed her body against mine even tighter. Two unexplicably soft objects seemed to squeeze against my arm. I decided not to pursue that train of thought any further.
Well, even the seasoned such as myself might feel a tad flustered in this situation.
Even you, huh?
Setsuna, why are you looking at them again? Look at me!
Let me turn my head back to herself again. I feel a little bit disconcerted since the bones of my neck let out like a dull creak as she did that.
Yep, this way's better.
Not too much better for me.
Can't let Setsuna look at such I can't let Setsuna look at such shameless dresses.
I don't think yours is much better.
You in the mini dress!
Oh, by the way.
She changed the subject.
How about we have our boxed lunches? Lilith, can you pull them out of that place?
Right away. This one's mine. This one's Raziel's. This one's Setsuna's. And this one's yours, Sorami.
Well then, let's dig in.
Let's.
First thing I did was take a bite of the meatball. Much of what I got, and that deliciousness spreading across my tongue. At the very same time, I could hear someone suddenly let out a piercing cry. My box wasn't a special one. Everyone lived happily ever after. Except for the one girl that didn't. That was another story. Three were still glued tight to me.
Want to drink something for the occasion?
Maybe after the battle. Consider it, but I'd rather have all my facilities in pristine condition during the fight. Didn't need alcohol to escape my fear. Could topple with bravery and calm mind alone. Tokyo Babel was not a place for those who couldn't muster up much.
Then let's take this bottle with us.
Let's just make some ourselves when we get back.
I beg to consider that making something we haven't tasted might prove difficult, Captain.
Yeah, you can't reproduce the taste just from your vague expectations. And in that scene, this whiskey has been reimagined from the lingering thoughts of those who had enjoyed it in the old world, so we can probably trust the flavor.
With that, Lilith was about to stop the battle into a pocket dimension when Sorami suddenly stopped her.
Hey, can I smell it a little?
Yeah, sure.
Lilith removed the cap. Sorami timidly drew her nose closer to the bottle's neck. Took a small sniff.
Oh.
Her features warping. She promptly drew away.
Oh, was it that bad?
No, I was just surprised. I don't know how to describe it. The smell was kind of sweet, but not sweet at the same time, you know?
You've never tasted alcohol before, have you?
Well, I don't remember anything about my past. Maybe I actually have.
You don't smell like someone who had.
Don't go around sniffing me, okay?
Do you even smell such things?
Lilith, let me have a sniff too.
Yeah? Sure, go ahead.
Lilith handed the bottle to Raziel. The angel promptly opened the cap. Took a quick sniff. The shadow of sickness took over her countenance, and she covered her mouth with both hands. Wait a second. There are limits to how weak to alcohol one could be. I'm an addict. Could you please get away from me, miss?
This isn't good. I feel sick.
You just smelled that, right? Just go to the washroom at once.
Washroom. Ugh.
She got just by hearing the word.
It's alright. I have it all under control. Angels don't puke, alright?
No way! I can see it's already on its way.
She grew worse by hearing the word puke. Thought for the best if we assumed Raziel's stomach was already at its limit.
Anyway, let's stand up. Let's stand up and go.
Sorami tripped on her feet as she tried staying up, and up, clinging on Raziel's back to avoid falling face first to the ground.
I can't hold it anymore.
Raziel's lips ruptured like an active volcano. It's the first time in my entire life I started screaming like a little girl. If Raziel hasn't used magic to merely clean up the mess afterwards, I may not have gotten through alive.
Well, that was fun. I borrowed the dresses. Let's do this again sometime.
Now that I'm outside, the memories of that dress feel more embarrassing. I'm not wearing that thing ever again.
How could I not hold my liquor like that? I must have gotten drunk from the atmosphere. Ugh.
Raziel seems still pretty sick.
Well, now that we're all well and rested, I suggest we start looking for things seriously. Sorami, can you check the vicinity with your eyes again?
Yeah. I'll get right to it. It's kind of hard to use them consciously, you know?
Oh, in such a situation, it might be a good idea to come up with a key word for your thing. Your powers are going to be a lot easier to use if you drill it to your head that Geffel's eyes will activate whenever you utter a select phrase.
Keyword? Can you give me an example?
It can be anything. Well, it would be better if you chose a word you wouldn't use in daily conversations.
Is it kind of like the chant of a spell?
Oh, that's good. Something like, "Oh, Twilight, envelop us in your darkness," or "Tech, neck, punch" would be cool.
All her suggestions have problems, or rather, went out of question entirely.
A chant?
Raziel took a glance at her tablet.
Gethel seems to have been simply using the word boot to activate her powers.
What's have to do with this?
Boot as in boot a computer. At that very moment, her eyes started glittering in light. The golden pupils peered at the world beyond.
Suddenly worked.
Then let's just go with boot.
I wanted a cooler chant. Like with demons and gods and twilights and other rad things.
Let's leave that stuff to Setsuna. Anyway, do you see anything?
I wasn't particularly keen on getting a post real all of a sudden. Well, maybe it was a little.
Let's see. Huh?
Terror contorting her features, Sorami suddenly shuddered, Lily giving her a worried look and...
Hey, what happened?
Sorami, her face pale as a ghost, clung to my arms. Are you alright? I thought she certainly wasn't, but I thought it would help to relax if I asked calmly, keep the tension from appearing in my voice.
There were heads of people mounted on pikes.
Could you tell the place? Sorami pointed her still shaking finger in a general direction without letting out a sound. Roger. Sorami, you wait.
Take her with you.
Huh?
Take her with you. You need to get used to fighting with her at your side. Tragedy's the only thing that awaits you two if you keep acting on your own.
But...
Calm down, Setsuna.
Sorami got a hold of my arm before I could continue my objections.
I'll go. I mean, there is a possibility my eyes could prove useful, right?
But...
Didn't you promise to protect me? It wouldn't be nice to take that back now, you know.
Forced a smile.
It's alright. I can run pretty fast, and people say I have good luck and all.
A deep breath, pressing the complicated feelings I harbored towards Lilith and Raziel on this matter, all other thoughts holding me back. Alright. You remember our promise on the roof?
Of course. I'll bolt as soon as you give me the signal. Right?
Yes. Then, shall we go? Sorami firmly clutched my arm again.
All right. Have a good time.
Lilith saw us off with a refreshing smile on her lips. Sorami answered her with a reproachful look.
Darn. Look at that beaming mug. We're heading off to war here.
But the tone of her voice suggested there was little genuine scorn directed at Lilith in her heart. Now she wasn't even really hesitant to take in and come to terms with the idea that she was being seen off to a possible death. Her behavior mystified me a little. Actually, now that I thought about it, the very existence of this girl, Kugutsu Sorami, was by itself a bit strange. Raziel, looking at the receding backs of the two, he left a hesitant glance.
You sure this is wise?
Are you kidding? Why is my ass? It'd be a disaster if we lost 2 so able pilgrims on the second stratum of all places.
Then,
Humans can't grow up if you spoil them too much, Raziel.
but this is going overboard. We could at least...
At least what? Help them? Well, if we jump that Oshiba boy with the 3 of us, we'd probably make short work of him. But Setsuna will never grow stronger that way.
You're talking about his raison d'etre?
Yes. The chorus will only grow worse along the way. And a mind without a concrete raison d'etre won't hold long against its spell. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, but
Most of us found our raison d'etres in the midst of battle. I'll pray Setsuna is gonna be the same.
what about Sorami? I don't think she can fight at all.
It's fine. That barrier I made for her is some serious stuff. Raziel, I assume your guidance system is not something to be taken lightly either.
It isn't, but
This barrier could sense all sorts of attacks, be they physical, mental, or magical, and automatically counter them. Raziel's guidance system, on the other hand, take control of the caster's body just before the attack, clearing way for any future peril. Of course, there are not spells to truly threaten the master with. However, there should have been enough to provide Lilith and Raziel with sufficient time to save her, at the very least. They're not planning to let Sorami die. They hope Setsuna will not either. That is the real situation.
Nevertheless, what the hell did he use to cleave these themes like that?
maybe he has a way of applying air magic to his sword.
You won't end up with such wreckage with that alone. Just look at this. He sliced through every single thing that was inside the building along with it. What kind of sword could possibly do that?
Let James, you narrate, since this isn't Setsuna narrating.
A building with its upper portion missing loomed in front of Lilith's pointed finger. Its concrete walls, toughened glassed windows, steel desks, computers, and fridges had been cut clean through like paper.
Not to mention, where did all of their outer halves go? Did the blast send them flying to outer space or something? But in that case, wouldn't it be normal to expect pieces of at least one thing to still lie around?
Maybe his weapon can sever space itself.
There were those before him with such powers. There was Kaldabog of Celtic legends, and Tyrving, that Odin's descendants made dwarves craft in the tales of the Norse. The name of Kaldabold came from the Middle Welsh of hard cleft. It was said it could cover the distance of a rainbow in a single swing, and had the power to slice the tops off of hills. Tyrving, on the other hand, was a cursed blade that could cut through stones and iron like butter, and guaranteed victory in any battle as long as it was allowed to take the life of at least one foe. It was said to ruin its wielder in exchange for granting them 3 wishes. Both of these did not cut through the physical body of the object, but severed its existence from the universe itself. Even the strongest of armors mattered little in front of those blades.
But how could he be so precise with such a potent weapon?
For Lilith knew that in exchange for their powers, both blades had to sacrifice wieldiness. They were huge, heavy, poorly balanced, and would start cutting through the continuum of the universe itself as soon as they'd find themselves removed from their sheaths. It was nearly impossible to control their trajectories with precision. Both of them were designed to battle armies. Their smiths never had one-on-one fights in mind. And if you were to slice through a building with either of those swords, you would have never managed to leave a cut as precise and as beautiful as the one Lilith was staring at. There was no weapon in this world that could both cut through the totality of matter and leave the edges as precise and sharp as a razor. Except Sephiroth's Masamune.
It could be possible if his raison d'etre was related to the concept, or
what?
Or he might have a new weapon that no one has ever heard of before.
I pray that's not the case. We can't prepare for something we don't know.
Lilith gave Raziel a resigned shrug.
Look at the sky.
The few traces of gray that so faintly colored the jet-black sky, clouds, suddenly started swirling around as if on fire. The master of the second stratum finally made his move.
So begins the battle, huh?
As if taking a cue from her words, the top of the lone building in the distance vanished into the nether.
Just saw me tie my arms and soar through the sky. You afraid?
Yeah, a little.
Wasn't used to this method of travel yet. Even because she fly herself, I don't blame her for finding the experience uncomfortable. My arm, hands tight around your waist, hips and nape. There's no way you could possibly slip through.
Can you say that again? A little bit more romantically this time?
Grudging request indeed. So in short, I have to convey the fact that she had more than enough proper leverage and shouldn't worry about falling to her death in an arousing way. Somehow. And I'll let you go. As long as I live. Sorry. Didn't catch that.
Just give me a sec.
I didn't drop you, did I?
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you alright?
I can't blame you.
Are you actually dying?
I'm kind of sick, and that just made me cough so hard.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, sorry.
As long as you're okay, that's what's important.
It appeared to have worked, though I wish she didn't dig her nails into my side during that display of her maidenly bashfulness. Sorami. Can you see anything other than the pikes?
Yeah. I also glimpsed the big building further down this road. What was it called again? I think it was a pretty famous place around here.
That one. I believe his name was Roppongi Building.
Yeah, that's the one. Oshiba is sitting in front of its entrance.
I used nano machines to temporarily boost my vision. There's in fact someone sitting on the ground in front of the building. Wait, no. He was actually down on his knees there. Sorami. Are you alright?
Yeah, I totally am.
Sorami took a deep breath with which all of her anxiety seemed to evaporate. The race of her heart and breathing seemed to have calmed down. Only sweat on her forehead betrayed a tension of the situation. What about me? I could adjust my fear levels with nanomachines, but I wonder if I could have remained as collected as she was without them. Trying to imagine being in her shoes for a bit, but soon decided such thoughts held little practical value, discarded them. I laid on the ground and proceeded towards the building on my own 2 feet. Then it finally caught my eyes. Countless pikes covered the vicinity of the building, all with a head twisted in a mask of pain mounted on them. Humans, demons, and angels equally shared in the gruesome display. There are no bodies, Only heads. So we may fix our gaze on the ground, away from the grisly sight. Couldn't blame her. Hi, man. Justin.
I was muted.
It's okay.
It's been a while since I had guests, I think.
Oshiba Hagane, still kneeling, acknowledge your presence. We're not mistaken in assuming you are Oshiba Hagane. Kneeling boy gives a nonchalant nod. Continue observing us in silence.
I see Pandora's residents haven't given up on braving Tokyo Babel yet.
Can we give up? There's not that extinction waiting for us here.
It's about time mankind came to terms with its fate.
Have you given up?
Oshiba Hagane gave Sorami a nonchalant nod.
It's about time for mankind to perish, and for angels and demons to leave the stage. What we should do is cheer for the birth of the new world.
New world?
A world where the same mistakes are not repeated. A world where fools are forbidden their foolish actions. A world of eternal peace. A world worthy of mankind.
Well, it's as if he was talking about a dreamland of sorts. A place that could not possibly exist in its reality.
But such a world needs no past. The only tools that would fit the new world are new themselves. We have to do away with the crumbling antiques holding us back.
Let's see, I assume you group with us for the relics of the past. Oshiba Hagane gave me a nod.
Yes, old tools have no place in this world. This is no need for you to topple Tokyo Babel, but I am also not so naive as to think mere words are enough to sway your mind.
He grasped the sword that lay next to him on the ground and stood up. Just from the looks of it, I could tell it was no ordinary weapon.
What's with the size of that thing?
The most bizarre blade. Looking almost like a Zanbato. It's probably a type of Odachi. It seemed to be almost 300 centimeters long, with the blade alone reaching up to 250 at least. Along with its dazzling scarlet sheath, it looked more like a work of art than a weapon. Ultra tapped the hilt to the blade, and the sheath enveloping it split in two, falling to the ground. It seemed like it wasn't a sword that you could simply pull out the sheath. No wonder. The battle would be over before one could manage such a feat. As I looked more closely, I spotted more peculiar inscriptions painting an odd geometric pattern on the silver blade, hinting at some special purpose.
Nodachi. I'm sorry.
Try your best.
Shira ya Mahime Kabane Maru, the world's newest witch boy.
World's newest?
I see you too have a blade. Splendid. Then allow me to introduce you to the rules.
Rules? Oshiba Hagane pulled out a pistol from under his coat. I jumped to cover Sorami with my back.
Here you go. Catch.
The pistol that flew towards me out of reflex. Oshiba meanwhile declared the following.
Shoot me with this.
The distance between us was 10 meters. It still seemed to be rather normal. I used 30.38 Smith & Wesson caliber bullets. It's still fully loaded. There's not a single suspicious thing about it. Alright, then. So I fired it. Since Sorami shuddered behind my back. I bullet, just as aimed, drove through Oshiba Hagane's eyeball, continuing on to devastate his brain. Huh? Oshiba Hagane toppled over. Did I kill him? Just like that? Next moment, the world around us fell apart. What? The world and I, along with it, shattered into pieces like a broken glass. Felt lightheaded, as if my soul had been torn away from within my body. The nether sucking it into its cold embrace.
Huh?
Us were back on the streets, as if nothing had happened. I was clutching a pistol that yet to go off.
The future of me being shot to death has just vanished.
Let go of the trigger.
My future has already been decided. I will be killed by a sword ripping through my chest. I refuse to acknowledge any other future. My existence itself will deny any other harm that might befall me. If I die in a fire, the future where it occurred shall vanish. If I drown in a lake, the lake itself shall disappear. There is but one road my future has in store, and I shall live until there appears a man that can deliver it to me.
Was the future prediction? Nor was the type of defining the future less than I suspected. Oshiba Hagane had already defined his future, irrevocably. A future where he was killed by a sword. The world itself would deny any other outcome. Were he to die in any other way, the future would shatter, return to the past. It seemed to be the general mechanism behind his power. However, why did you tell us this? If it didn't, it would have been a serious disadvantage. Without knowing his ability, I would have most likely ended up being killed upon his death. My guard would be down.
I need to move forward to my future.
So you come to terms with your own death already? Is that what you mean? Oshiba Hagane shook his head.
Nay, I have to fight and die in battle. I will be satisfied with any end as long as I get the chance to go all out. Even if it leads me to my demise. And if I win, all I need to do is wait for another challenger from the past to appear.
And no one has you decorate your yard, but could lead you to the future, I presume? Oshiba Hagane gave me a nod, for the gist of the situation, and understood my next course of action.
Wait a sec!
Sorami jumped in front of me as I was about to advance. The shiver shaking her frame didn't come from the cold alone.
You are not a combatant. You have nothing to do with this issue.
Oshiba Hagane saw through Sorami in a blink of an eye. Apparently he was planning to cause her harm. A small breath of relief.
I didn't come here to fight. I just wanted to ask you one thing. Is being killed the only future you have?
Oshiba Hagane gave her a confident nod as if it was the most obvious thing in the world.
Yes. My future has already been decided. I gained this power and Kabane Maru in exchange for that. It's more than fair. I have no complaints.
Don't you want to live?
Do you?
Sorami shrank as Oshiba Hagane cast his cold gaze at her. Nonetheless, refusing to give in to fear, she took a step towards him.
Yes. I want to live. I want to be alive in the future.
So do I.
Then
Oshiba Hagane shook his head in silence. He could more or less tell what Sorami was about to say. You should wish to live in that future of yours. The future is not something you need to go out of your way to define.
It's too late. My future has already been decided. He, who entrusted me with this power, has made it so.
He?
And of irritation passed across Oshiba Hagane's face.
That is not important. And neither is our talk. If you die, I shall make sure to give you a proper burial. And if I do, I hope you will do the same for me.
With that, he raised Kabinama Maru to fighting position.